Salut mes amis, hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm glad to have you here again. Welcome back to another video on this channel. For my returning subscribers, I say welcome back. For if you're new here, my name is Greta and I am a Nigerian currently living in Canada, Alberta, Canada as a permanent resident. I recently relocated to Canada and I'll be sharing stories about relocating to Canada, my story, and all other things in between. Welcome back once again, guys. Today, like I mentioned the last time, we shall be talking about the step-by-step process on how to start this Canadian Express Entry program if you are considering it. Let's get right into the video. If you know that you want to go through this process, you want to begin, you want to consider the permanent residency route immediately rather than going through school, the first thing you need to do is to know where you stand. Like, what are you up against, considering, because candidates are ranked based on certain criteria, and now there's a tool called the comprehensive ranking system tool that you can use to simulate your score to give you an idea of where you stand if you're to go into this if you're to get into this program. What are your advantages, what's your disadvantage, what do you need to work on? So now I have the tool here with me and I will just link it up. You can see it says computer comprehensive ranking system 2 skilled immigrants express entry and blah blah blah. Now these are the we'll just quickly hover around the criteria that candidates are ranked against. We have skills, we have education, we have language ability, we have work experience, and other factors. Now let's get right into it. It says use this tool if you're eligible for at least 1 year express entry program. This is what we start with. The first one says you're married to status. So I'll just be using this like for a single person. So if you're married, you can also pick marriage just to know what you're up against. So I'm going to be picking single, never married. I know that I also have married subscribers. You can as well pick that. How old are you? So I'll be using because I have okay, so let's use for someone that is 30, because if you I'm going to be doing it for two, like I would do for someone that is like 32 and someone that is less than 30, just to see, because once you get to 30 you begin to lose marks, you begin to lose points, you keep losing 5 points for each year you celebrate your birthday. But however, if you are less than 30, you're still 29, you get the maximum score for age. So let's start with 32. I'm gonna be picking that, and let's see what the person would what score the person would get. The next one says, what's your level of education? Enter the highest level of education for which you have earned a Canadian degree, diploma, or certificate, or had an educational credential assessment. So now, since you have not done a Canadian degree, you've never schooled in Canada, you have schooled you are an international student now, like you had your education back home in your country, you need to have an evaluation, an educational credential assessment, which is the WES. So now I would say, how many years is your education? We are going to pick for someone that has should we do for someone that has masters, a bachelor's, or 2 or more certificate or masters? 2 or more certificates, like probably for some people that did like a pre-degree course before they gained admission into the university, like you did a 1 year diploma, whether it's called pre-degree or diploma or basic, you did that before you gain admission to the university. That diploma course gives you 1 year, like it makes it look like a 1 year Canadian diploma. It's equivalent. And if you now add it to your bachelor's degree, it gives you 2 or more certificates. Guys, trust me, that gives you more points than just having a bachelor's degree. For when I was still in the process or in the program, I I considered going to get a 1 year diploma course just to up my degree, just to up my score. But I knew that because age was fast catching on me, I just knew that I might still require or need extra points to boost me. So that was why I decided to do French. So if you have two or more certificates, degree or diploma certificates, you can put them together, or if you have a master's. So now let's just do this for someone that has two or more certificates. Bachelor's, like I said, gives you lesser points. I'm doing this for someone that has two or more certificates, maybe a diploma and a degree, but one of them must be more than like 3 years or more course. Like you must have gone to school for one of them must have gone to school for a period of 3 years or more. So the next question says, have you earned a Canadian degree, diploma, or certificate? I'm gonna put no for that. The next question says, official languages. Canadian official languages are French and English, blah, blah, blah. Now, this is a simulation. You are just going to simulate, to assume or to estimate scores. Your test result less than 2 years old. Now let's take for example that this person has never even considered writing IELTS before, but because this is a simulation, we'll put yes, because they require your IELTS test result to be not to be more than 2 years. So it expires after 2 years. So we're just going to put yes. It's a simulation, remember. The next one says, which language test did you take for your first official language? You have CELPIP, you have IELTS, you have others, as you can see. So I'm going to pick IELTS, which is like the popular one back home where I come from. Enter your test scores. I would usually advise people that they should target the highest, like just pick the highest and have it in mind that you are going to read or you're going to study well and take this exam. You're going to study well and aim for the highest, because guys, maxing out your language tests is very important. Maxing out your IELTS, getting the maximum score for all the competencies is very important. So now I'm gonna pick for speaking 7.5 to 9.0. For listening is a no brainer. Like, you just need to get the highest, 8.5 to 9. If you want to fall, do not fall below 8.0, else you will lose many points. So I'm going to pick 8.5 to 9.0 for reading. I'm going to take also 8.0 to 9.0. Guys, this thing is possible. You can do it. Study. If you want to go for it, but just know that you can study hard and get the maximum score for IELTS. For writing, and if you want to fall in this competence, don't fall below 7.0, else you will lose as much as 40 points, trust me. So let's say 7.5 to 9.0, that's the highest for that writing. Then the next question says, do you have any other language tests? And let's assume this person does not have. The language test they're talking about would be like French language. So you have the TEP or the KCF. This person doesn't have, so put not applicable. The next one is work experience in the last 10 years. How many years of skilled work experience in Canada do you have? It must have been paid and full-time. This person does not have, because the person, we assume, has never been to Canada before. In the last 10 years, how many total years of foreign skilled work experience do you have? Like, how many years of work experience in your country do you have foreign? Let's say this person has 3 or more years. Remember, 3 or more gives you the maximum score for work experience. For foreign work experience, I think it's about 50. 2 years gives you about 25, I think, or something about that. Then 1 year gives you the minimum score. So let's assume that this person has 3 years or more. And guys, you should know that if you have done your NYSC and you have maybe like 1 year of work experience post NYSC, you can claim points using your NYSC work and period. So now you have next question, do you have a certificate of qualification from a Canadian province, territory, or federal body? Here would say no. Additional points, do you have a valid job offer supported by labor impact, market impact assessment. We'll put no. Do you have a nomination certificate from a province or territory? Remember I said that no provinces nominate people and you get extra 600 points. That would be my next video after this one. Here we'll put no for the person. And now, do you or your spouse or common law partner, if you come to one with them, have at least one brother or sister living in Canada? Now, if you have siblings in Canada, you can claim points from your siblings, but they must be direct siblings. Do you have a sibling who is a citizen or permanent resident? Then I said, note, to answer yes, the brother or sister must be 18 years or older, related to you or your partner by blood, marriage, common law partnership, or adoption. So you can have an in-law there. I think you can also claim points. Have a parent in common with you or your partner. A brother or sister is related to you. They now went ahead to define who a brother or a sister is. Related to you by blood, that's biological, adoption, marriage, stepbrother or stepsister. Now I'm going to put no for this person. Let's calculate the score. Now once you click calculate the score, you go down and you will see what the score gives you. For age, this person gets 94 as against 120 because the person has as against 110, I think, because the person has passed 30, has passed 31, and now is on 32 years of age. Level of education, the person gets 128, but if the person had picked just bachelor's, it would have been less than 128. First official language 136 because the person picked and scored the highest. Now let's see, no point for spouse, transferable skills. Of you just get to see a breakdown of how many points, of how the points are given. Now this is what this person gets, 458. Remember, this person is above 30. This person has 2 or more degrees, and the person is single. This is what this person gets. This now consider when you put this score 458 against the current score that is going on in the general general program draw, which is about 540 something. You see the huge difference. This is where working to get or doing things to get your score, to get more scores, like to improve your score while in the pool. This is where it comes to play. People decide to go to learn French so they can take the test and get additional points from French, which gives you about 70 something points. Add 70 something points to this, you're getting above 500. People now go to target provinces. And for the people that have occupations in demand, like the category based jobs I did a video on the last time rather, you see this is where this comes into play. Imagine you have a category based, you have an occupation that is in demand like healthcare, and you're just sitting there and hoping that okay, they will do a healthcare job that is around this score range. So now let's go back, let's see, because you can just play with this thing. Let's do for a married person. So we're going to change the marital status to married. We're still going to leave this age 32, but once you change it to married, they would ask you, another question will pop up automatically. Is your spouse or common law partner a citizen or permanent resident? You click no. Will your spouse or common law partner come with you? You click yes. If you want to travel with your partner or your husband. Then we also have other things. We're not changing any other thing. 32 years of age or more or less. If you want to, you can do it. I'll be putting the link for the CRS calculator in my in the description box, so that you can use it to just play around. You can just simulate, okay, if I do this, just analyze all the possible areas you can just make adjustments to, just for you to get good scores. Now, 2 or more certificates and all of that, English language and every other thing remains the same. Let's come to, okay, so if you come to the bottom part, they will not ask you questions regarding your spouse, like if you what's the highest level of education for which your spouse or common law partner has. If you have 2 bachelor's degree or 1 bachelor and a 2-year diploma certificate, so yeah, you should choose 2 or more diplomas. So they are explaining to you how the 2 or more certificates work, and one must be 3 years or more. So now let's say your husband only has one certificate, which is bachelor's, or maybe your husband, let's say your husband has a master's. I'm just trying to target to choose the high things that would give you high points. But while you're doing this, you already know what your partner has, what you have. Just put them as they are. But for the language, you can just simulate. So we are taking a master's degree in the last 10 years. Another question: how many years of skilled worker experience in Canada does your partner or husband has have? None. Did your spouse or common law partner take a language test? Yes, let's say yes. Some people would say they don't. Yeah, some, I know someone that the husband said no, I don't want to take IELTS. If you take IELTS, it increases your the it increases the primary applicant. It gives more opportunity. It increases the primary applicant's chance to get a high score, because if you are married, probably you're older than your wife. You're the man, you're older than the wife, and your wife has more chance to get high score. She then becomes the primary applicant, while you as a husband and your children would be the dependent applicants. You people would be depending on her application. What people do is husband opens a profile, wife creates a profile too. They have different scores, and anyone that gets chosen, maybe they have different occupations, and their occupations are, one province is targeting this person's occupation, another province is targeting the other partner's occupation. They can just open different profiles to see who gets picked first, and then they close the other profile and depend on the person that got picked for to continue with the application. So now we're just going to simulate. Let's say, okay, we are not choosing the highest score, or let's assume we're choosing the highest score for this person's partner. Now remember, I say always do your best as much as possible. We're choosing the highest scores. Then it says calculate your score. We've done that now. So for your partner, even if your partner has a French language, they would not ask if your partner has 2 or more languages. So it's not be that it's that your partner that will not be the primary applicant, because your partner has competence in the French language. So let's see what the score becomes. The score now becomes 462. Remember, this person now is married. For a single person, it was 458. For a married person now, it's 462. Yeah, the difference is not that much. Sometimes the point might even drop. I don't know why it's like that. So guys, this is what it is. First, you use a serious calculator to simulate your score, to know where you stand if you want to go into this thing. Then the next thing to do, once you know where you are, you've decided, you've gotten as much information, you know the current draw range, you probably, you know that you have advantage in one of the occupation based draws and you want to go into it. The next thing for you to do is now to create an educational credential assessment. Remember, they want to know what standard your education is like as compared to the Canadian standard. So we use Jerry's West, which is the most popular for people that are in the medical field, like doctors and pharmacists. There's another one they use, I don't know it right now. Maybe I will just check and put it in the description box. For lawyers, there's another one too, people in the law profession also use, because those bodies, when they evaluate the credentials, it kind of they put it as professional. West does not really put it on the professional level. So those specific bodies, they put it on the professional level. And professionals like doctors, pharmacists and lawyers, these professions get high score. They are ranked in the same they are ranked on the same level as someone that has a master's. So you have under where you have master's degree, you have master's degree or professional degree needed to practice in a licensed profession. So if you have any occupation, or if your profession is a licensed profession, like you know that you must need a license to practice in Canada, like the lawyers, the doctors, the pharmacists, and other occupations, you choose the master's degree level. That's it gives you cannot be on the bachelor's level, else you will just be reducing your score. So just choose the professional degree level and it gives you higher score. That alone gives you an extra advantage. So guys, you go, you evaluate your certificate, and while you're waiting for your certificate evaluation to get back, already have a video stating how much all of these cost, and you'll also do this vis-a-vis the current exchange rate in your country. I know that I have people from different countries watching me, and then after doing this, you will now plan to write your IELTS. These are the three things you need, or no, these are the two things you need. Like your IELTS and your WIS are the two major things you need for you to create an express entry profile. Guys, if this thing you really want to do it, you have this thing in mind, you've armed yourself with enough information, I would advise you go for it, because delay is dangerous. So guys, let me just cut short here. Let me take some seconds of your time while we're watching this video. Please, if you haven't subscribed to this and to my channel, this is a good time for you to just click the subscribe button. Just click on subscribe. It's free, you don't get to pay for it. And also share and like this video. Share to as many people you know will be interested in this content. Let's move on, guys. These days, WES evaluation does not even take time. Those days used to be about 6 months, 5 months. These days, 1 week, 2 weeks. Once you make payment, you get your certificates through to them from your university. If Nigerian universities do not frustrate you, in 1 week or 2 weeks, sometimes less than a week, your certificate and your credential evaluation is back. I'm not saying all of this because okay, Canada is heaven or they share money here every day and all of that. When you know that you're coming to a new country, you're coming to start, maybe not start life all over again, but you're coming to work. You're not just coming to relax. The Canadian system and the African system are totally different. Like lifestyle here is different. Some people find it difficult here, but if you know you really want to do it, you arm yourself with as much information as possible. What life is like over here, go for it, guys. And thank you so very much, guys, for watching this video. Until I come again the next time, watch out for my video on provincial nomination. I will just pick different provinces and make videos on how their provincial nomination program work. Thank you, and until the next time, bye bye.